It's a Sunday morning, I'm not going to lie, I'm looking rough. But it's going to be a busy day, and what I've done, let me turn the camera. Show you, I'm going to move my handbag in a second, that doesn't need to be there, but I've pulled out my, like where my printer and that is, so I've got another surface to work on. That folder there is a Scratch and Sniff peach one, which is quite groovy. So look at that, amino acids. So I need to print some stuff out for there, which I'll show you. I decided, I've got a diary here, which is where I keep my notes for like the lectures. So for example, I've got calculations, so like this, or things that I wanted to write down as a note for myself and as a bit of practice. I've written them under the particular date. So here, look, 7 PM I went to Imperial College to talk on water, which is interesting. So on this day, which was week 4 of teaching, I always write the week numbers up there, because then you can, when you look online, you can like know which week it is that you're talking about, because they'll have things that you've got to print out on there. I also keep a personal diary where I write certain things on there as well. Other stuff, like I wrote about the tyres that I ordered, stuff like that on there, and that I booked yesterday, my gown for the anyway. So here, for example, we had a talk on employability. This was the room number, and then I wrote down here all the little things that I've got to do. If I had to look something up, they keep coming across ATP, and I wrote in here notes, look up this. I've written here, look up, and then I write down here notes on action to take. So what the thing is, I've put here NB, so it's a note to myself. Constituents, what is it? I've kind of got a rough idea, but I want to look it up properly. Isomerism, so I'm going to look that up from Tyler Dewitt, who is on YouTube, and he does all this sorts of stuff. Chiral is a new word I hadn't heard before, so I've written here, a carbon molecule that must have bonded with different functional groups. It has no plane, axis or centre, it is asymmetrical. Group 7, periodic table, is halogens. So I wrote myself those sorts of notes, so you get the drift. Things that I know that I'm going to need to go back and redo. If it's, like, I like to put it in highlighted pen if it's really something. Here, sodium, potassium pump. This is something I need to find out about. YT in a box means YouTube. I still haven't looked that up, so I need to do that today. These are all things that I need to do today. This is something that's a bit, you know, they speak about it in the lecture, and I wasn't sure. So phospholipids, amino acids, lipids, cholesterol, etc. What are these made up of? Look up. Well, I now know that because we've done a later lecture, and I now know that. But I might still have a little look on YouTube just to, you know. Here, another note for myself, print out. So I have all these sorts of little ways that I keep track of what it is I need to do. Trying to learn these ones. So yeah, so that's kind of how I do things. So today I'm going to have a day of sitting down, catching up with all that stuff, printing out from my printer here. This is my iPad, which I'll show you, which is from uni, which is all the stuff that we got in there. I'll show you later what I'm going to do on that. I think actually might give you. So I'm working hard at my desk. It's still Sunday. A little bit lost with this that I'm seeing on the screen. We've just added, it's chemistry, and we've just added a G in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's something to do with chlorination. Anyway, what I was going to say is I always carry this because I was just looking for something that said CLG and there isn't one. So chlorination is Cl, there, chlorine, and the G is a wiggly G. Well, it wouldn't be written like that on the periodic table, but I'm going to show you my periodic table. I always keep this tucked into my diary, but what I've done is I've labelled bits and pieces up. See here, I've got +1, +2 for group 1 and 2, +3, -4, can be plus or minus, can't it? -3, -2, -1. There's the charges. Here you've got your noble gases, of course, and then I've written on here P block, rubbing off a bit, S block, these two. What else have I got? Here, diatomic molecules. Have no fear of ice cold beer. So hydrogen, nitrogen, fluorine, oxygen. I is Let me remember. Iodine, chlorine and bromine. Down here I've got some, what do you call those? Something or other molecules. So I've just written those all on there. So this is always to hand, and I fold that up like that and I put it in my notebook like that. It's always handy then. I've also printed out, I'll show you this one quickly because we've been doing amino acids. I'm going to check this is right actually, because I got this off the internet, because they've written like COOH rather than H2N plus, H3N plus. We've got on as H3N plus, so which means that there's a COO, no H, because it comes across there. So I don't know why. I can remember this one because it's got my initials, LEU. So that's really good. So I just found out what a free radical is. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Free radicals are fragments of molecules that contain an unpaired electron. Because electrons want to pair up, free radicals are reactive, which is why they're not good in your body. You don't want any of that free radical stuff in your body. Get it out. Don't have it in the first place, which is impossible.
Even metals. But what you did not know is that this acid is not what ultimately breaks down the steak.
Okay, so call me crazy, but what I like to do, if there's something I don't understand, is I look it up on YouTube. There's loads of videos over there on things that you can find out a little bit more about. So what I'm doing at the moment is looking at what tomorrow's lecture is going to be, and what I like to do is print them out. You don't have to do that, of course. You can use, well, it depends really what your university and stuff's doing, but I print out 4 slides per sheet, and then what I will do is scribble all over those as I'm making notes, and if there's anything extra that I want to look up, then that's what I put in my book that I showed you earlier. So we're doing enzymes at the moment, which is interesting actually. Just found out about thiamine is an essential vitamin B1 that you need to be able to break stuff down in your body, and without it you will die. So there we go, finally a bit of nutrition's coming in. So yep, I'm sitting here at my desk, look, got a blanket around me like a little old lady, but got me drink, got me fish, got me candle alight over there. Yes, it's all looking very busy, but I think I'm probably going to finish this video up now because I've got a couple of lab reports to submit and I need to concentrate on those. So there we go. So that's enough video for you to watch today, and I will be coming back really soon and telling you probably a little bit about my story as to why I'm doing this. All right, see you soon. Bye.